Dan Skipper. I hope Dan Skipper somehow gets back on this football team. If people don't know, Dan Skipper, he got released today. That, and then Jeff, I tweeted it out. I think the Dan Skipper news, we could have done 153-man roster predictions. There was not going to be one prediction where I didn't have Dan Skipper on the roster. Not one. We could have done a million of them. I would have never had Dan Skipper getting released. I don't see why. Maybe there's an injuries thing going on with it. I don't know. I was shocked to see that though. Because all camp, he was the backup tackle. Like, it wasn't like he was like getting reps behind Jamarco Jones, or he was getting reps behind Manu, or he was getting reps behind other tackles. He was literally the third tackle on this roster all camp.
I think there's something going on there. He's going to be back. I read somewhere that they could potentially release him, move a player to this thing called injury designation, and then you could sign him back. So I think I don't think they're just going to let him go. I think he'll be back.
To be fair, with the release, the difference between, if people don't know this, the difference between released and waived. Waived is essentially if you're less than 4 years in the NFL, you get put on the waiver wire, and teams are able to pick, the player goes on the waiver wire. If you get released, that's 4 or more years in the NFL, which is Dan Skipper. He's essentially a free agent. He's able to go wherever he wants and sign a new deal with any team, and he's essentially can choose anywhere. So, and behind closed doors, there could have been a conversation with Brad and Dan saying, hey, we are going to release you. Or maybe they actually talked to him and said, hey, like, if we release you, would you still come back? We need to make this move. And if he didn't say, yeah, maybe they wouldn't have released him. And there's maybe a little handshake deal there to where, he's like, yeah, I'll come back and for less money or something. I don't know. I hope that's how it is though.
Yeah.
And off the top said Skipper can't be waived. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's why he got released. He is essentially a free agent now, right? Like that's what my point is he's different from the guys that are getting waived. The waived guys go on a waiver wire. He's a free agent. So he's able to choose if he wants to come back to Detroit or if another team offers him more and he wants to go. But it's essentially up to Dan Skipper. Like if he wants to come back on the practice squad or if they move someone, like we said, or like you said, Jeff, I think I wouldn't be shocked if that's what happened.
Yeah, like CT Squid. Have you said they have a source that told him Skip had an MRI? I think it's probably that situation where he'll get brought back and it'll be like an move to an injury designation. They sign him back. Like he'll be back in some form. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't see him leaving. I don't see them wanting him to leave. I don't see Skip wanting to go anywhere else. I wouldn't look too much into it right now. I think he'll be back. So he's probably hurt. They're probably going to bring him back, and that's it. I don't think I'm not.
Oh, dude, it would be heartbreaking if Dan Skipper wasn't in Detroit.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything to worry about right now. They did cut some other players. I have the list right here. It's actually on Doc's website, SI, and I have a list of some of those guys that they cut. So they started the day off with Hendon Hooker at 355, or actually 220. They released Anthony Pittman. They actually released Boodle, I think, last night or yesterday.
Yeah, that was an injured release, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then so they started off Anthony Pittman, Hendon Hooker, Tom Kennedy. He'll be back in the practice squad though. Agude, he'll probably be back in the practice squad if he's not re-signed or signed elsewhere.
Ian Kenley was a big one, to be honest. I thought Ian Kenley was going to have a chance to make the roster. And him and who was the other safety, Jeff, that me and you always talked about?
Well, it's Strickland. I always thought Strickland was going to have
I don't think Strickland got released yet. So
yeah, I thought he was going to have the spot.
There's another safety that got released. We can keep going through this. That's my bad. Mason Miller.
Yeah, Mason Miller. There's Dan Skipper. Jackson Meeks.
Do you want to have this combo?
Yeah, well, I think it's just, and I said this would happen. I mean, I gave my opinion on it. I thought they were going to keep Dominic Lovett.
Yeah.
Because of what he can do on special teams. He's a great gunner. He can return kicks. I think they want Jackson Meeks back on the practice squad. I think he'll get picked up though elsewhere. But yeah, I think I think he's had a hell of a preseason and I really do like what he brings, but I think they have guys that kind of bring what he they bring to the table what he brings. They don't have like Khalif Raymond type of guys. They only have him and Dominic Lovett. They have these big body playmakers. Like they have multiple of those guys. I think that's just why it didn't work out. Doesn't mean he won't get a job elsewhere or come back, but this doesn't surprise me that they went Dominic Lovett over Jackson Meeks.
I'll be honest though, like I'm gonna pull this article up because I thought this was interesting, and the doc actually texted us this morning about what's the date today, the 25th, because he put out an article today, Jeff, and I actually thought with the article that got put out, it was essentially the snap count of the games of the preseason game. And I know going into the game, it felt like there was a battle with Dominic Lovett and Jackson Meeks. And I thought Jackson Meeks was ahead of Lovett in the battle based off of everything that we saw. And when I saw the snap count this morning of the Saturday preseason game, the wide receivers, it was Dominic Lovett played 65% of the offensive snaps, 24 snaps. Jackson Meeks played 24 snaps to 11 snaps. So when I saw that, I feel like the logical process is they want to see more of Dominic Lovett to try and win that job. Or like at that point, Jackson Meeks already won the job and they were just like, here we go. Like, we'll give Dominic a chance, but Jackson Meeks got that job locked. He has it locked up. I was dead wrong. I was actually shocked to see Jackson Meeks didn't make the roster. So I don't know. Maybe, and you know what? This actually might end up being the thing. Like Dominic Lovett probably will make it. I still think there's a chance that they keep 5 and they just do Tesla as the last one. And if they, obviously there's still, less than 24 hours for them to release them or waive them. Maybe they both still get waived, and then they just, whoever ends up making it out of waivers, they keep on the practice squad. But I don't see Jackson Meeks I see him getting picked up, especially by a team that's not great and has a couple spots open. And if you're looking for young players, like he's a great young wide receiver.
It's like Isaiah Williams. Remember Isaiah Williams got picked up by the Bengals?
Yeah.
These guys that get cut, they're going to get picked up. Like Jackson Meeks will get picked up somewhere else.
So I feel like there's still a chance though with the Lovett thing. I think there's still a lot of players that still need to be let go.
Waived, so he could be. Some team will get him.
Yeah. So it sucks. I think that should have been your keep though. To be honest, I think you had a better chance of getting Dominic Lovett out of the waiver wire than you did with Jackson Meeks personally. So I don't know.
I've interrupted the video to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, Comer & Cross, and their one-day installation for concrete floor coatings, garages, basements, patios. They do it all. And I'm sure you're tired of staring at your crack-stained garage floor. Well, I have the answer for you. Comer & Cross in their summer installation sale, they're offering 12 months same as cash or $500 in savings. Why put it off? You can contact the number, 248-834-3488. They transform patios, pool decks, basements, even driveways. They do it all. And the best part is they move the stuff out for you. They repair your cracks and pits before applying your stunning new floor, guaranteed. Comer & Cross concrete floors never chip, crack, or peel like epoxy or paint. Again, you could call the number, 248-834-3488, or you can book your free estimate at comercross.com. Let's get back to the video.
That was a disappointing one to see today, to be honest.
They also cut Nick Whiteside, Eric Hallett, the other
Shout
safety.
out Saginaw Valley. Yeah. Eric Hallett, that was one I was talking about. Yeah. I think Nick Whiteside will be on the practice squad too, Jeff.
Yep. I agree with that.
He had a hell of a camp, and the fact that I thought he had a chance to make it. So I'm sure he'll be on an NFL roster or a practice squad this year.
Luke Barku. Gunnar Oaks,
good dude.
And then they waived Jacob Sailors.
It's your guy.
The running back Jacoby Keeney James. They waived him. Waived Deion Jackson. They parted ways with Nate Lynn. And here they got rid of some defensive linemen here. Nate Lynn's gone. Broderick Martin's gone. Miles Adams gone. 3 defensive linemen, and then Zach Johnson, offensive lineman, who they just released about an hour ago almost.
Do you you want me to go?
Yeah, I was gonna say
that bottom one.
You're cutting some DNs and D linemen.
I think the craziest one, if I'm just being honest, me and you had the conversation before we went on vacation of who we had locked into the roster. We never even questioned Nate Lynn. He had such a good camp, and every game he was like all over the field. I know it's like, hey, you don't want to put too much account into that, as you say, Jeff, but Nate Lynn, it felt like Nate Lynn was I'm not going to say a lock, as close as you could get to it though. And I tweeted it out right before the show. Nate Lynn getting cut makes me believe that Zadarius Smith is going to get signed to this roster within the next 48 hours.
Whoa.
He felt like he was a lock on this roster. So if they went on and moved on from a Nate Lynn, they obviously have an upgrade coming in for him. And I think it has to be Zadarius Smith. Has to be.
It's the old Zadarius Smith alert. This is take 15, I think, in the last 2 months.
I've hit so many Zadarius Smith takes, dude. At some point, you would think one of my takes on him would just hit.
Yeah, one of these have to. It's not even just you. All of them. I mean, we're all we're analyzing Cash Doll.
Which I think he was on her story again today. It looked like they might have been in Detroit and he had got her flowers and they were in the car. So I think listen, I think the next 48 hours, I'm telling you, Jeff, Nate Lynn gets cut, Zadarius Smith will be in.
Shaheen says Nate Lynn 90.5 at the highest PFF rating of all Lions in preseason.
He literally, Jeff, this is the crazy thing. He had one of probably the best preseasons when it comes to training camp and games. It felt like out of a lot of these guys, most of these guys.
I thought.
What?
Doesn't that mean he should have stayed?
What do you mean?
Performance. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm saying. I thought I had him in on the roster. When you perform in the preseason, you get in. I thought he performed.
Right.
Hendon Hooker didn't perform. I don't know what you're trying to say right now.
No, I'm just saying that preseason's not everything.
You say that. You're the one saying that. I take account into it. I actually evaluate and watch. That's why I said Kyle Allen was in and Hendon Hooker's getting cut. Because some reason you just refuse to put any sort of stock in preseason.
Should have been the unquestioned 53.
Agreed. Are you? I know this is your first day back from vacation. No, you haven't listened to one thing I've said.
They don't just look at only preseason. They look at everything.
But that's why I'm saying Zadarius is coming back. Nate Lynn was probably he's going to be one of the best players cut on this roster. He was probably the 54th man.
Poor Nate Lynn, man. I know he was. Listen, in practice, they've been talking highly about him. So
even Miles Adams got cut. Miles Adams probably was like the 60th guy. He was like right there. I felt like Miles Adams had a good camp. Maybe I'm wrong. And you know what? I'll say it. Hand up. You want me to say it, Jeff? Since you waited probably 2 years too late to do it for Hendon Hooker, I'll say it 2 years late for my guy, Broderick Martin. I was wrong. I thought Broderick, when he lifted that four-wheeler or whatever he did, that trailer, I was all in on the guy. He is so far out, man. That was one of the worst takes I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, well, they didn't cut Ukwu yet, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, even with Ukwu, though, like they've cut multiple edge rushers. They cut Agude, they cut Nate Lynn, guys that were one of the last spots in.
Why not?
Oh, by the way, count how many of these guys there are real quick. Want to count them?
D linemen?
No, players in general. Because if people are like, well, Ukwu hasn't yet, this guy hasn't yet. Count how many there are on this list right now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19. We have to get to like 36, I think it is. So like we're barely halfway. We're like just halfway. So for people who are like, well, this guy didn't get cut, this guy didn't get, there's still going to be 15 guys cut. We just haven't seen them yet. And Dan had mentioned today it's going to come in throughout Monday and then Tuesday as well. They still got Keith Cooper Jr. out there.
Again, these guys are still there. There are almost 20 cuts still to go. So there's a lot to go. Peter Van Lin. I'm not saying exact here. That's what I'm saying. You still have a handful of, like, there's still a lot to go.
There's still more.
I don't think we can throw out names yet of like this guy until we see the exact.
Paul in Orlando, appreciate the $5. We appreciate you for tuning in, my friend. Nobody, thank you for the $2. A shout out to my girl Kay. She listens with me unwillingly. Shout out to Nobody.
Is that Kay Adams?
You know what?
Nobody's like that.
You got a real one, man. Well, she's watching Sports Talk with you. That's awesome. Love that. Appreciate the $2 as well. But Boone, you're not wrong on that. There's still going to be a ton of guys that get cut. That we can talk about, like Ukwu. We can talk about Keith Cooper Jr. I actually agree with you that I think the likelihood of re-signing Zadarius You're like, people can say, oh, here we go. I don't think it's dead yet. All right. I don't think it's dead yet either. I think it's still very much alive. They cut some defensive linemen. There's got to be you got to have, there's still an opportunity there. I mean, who do they have on the defense on the edges, really? Davenport, Aiden, AQM.
Yeah.
I mean, what else? You ain't got much there. Hey, what's going on there? It's Jeff Iafrate. Appreciate you for finishing the video. You can check out one of the videos here suggested or show support by commenting, liking, and subscribing. And buy your merchandise, officialctsports.com.